That's more than just eternal life. That's an immortal existence.
Yeah. The world will just have to deal with the fact there's always going to be a Roa.
Unless they use a volcano to shoot Roa into space. And then they can just deal with the fact that there will be like 1 billion Roas on Mars.
No, that's only if the world gets reset repeatedly, like forever.
Yeah.
But, I'm pretty sure if he dies out in space, even if he kills himself, as long as he selected a human to receive his data, he could still come back, even from space.
No shit, somebody should have told Cars about that.
Right?
Right?
He would have been so happy. But no, he was like Zoken and just focused on his body instead.
Well,
Got fucked over.
He did have a pretty great body, to be fair. But those pillar men were swole as hell.
They were unbelievably ripped.
I'm pretty sure their pecs had pecs. I don't know how far his reincarnation can go, but to truly eliminate Roa, it sounds like you'd need to end all human life.
Right, just make sure there's no one for him to take over.
What if he then decided to be a cat? Or a penguin?
Well, yeah, but... as long as they were capable of receiving his data, then yeah, I think he actually could just do that. He just wouldn't be happy about it.
Is there?
Oh, wow, that's useful.
基本、ロアは存命している間に次の自分をあらかじめ決めておきます。
Yeah, okay, yep.
これと定めた血筋の胎児に、これまでの自分の全情報を移植するんです。
Yeah, he needs to find them and inject the necessary information into them just to trigger if he dies.
This seemed... Transplant the information into a fetus.
So he needs to find someone
He needs
already
to find a pregnant lady.
Of his chosen bloodline.
Then somehow figure out a way to for her to let him shove a syringe up her snatch.
No, it's magic. He's not... He doesn't need a physical syringe. He could probably just, pass her on the street and, cast a curse behind her or something. And then, bam, your fetus has Roa info injected into it, and you don't even realize.
But you have to wonder, right? How cautious... if you're in that situation, how cautious do you be about that? Because, there's this situation where you're like, oh, well, maybe that kid will do. And then, 5 seconds later, you're like, oh, shit, that kid would have been way better. So,
Oh, well, he supposedly had to do a bunch of research to figure out what family he wanted to be born into. So I guess that's the weakness.
ロアの情報はその胎児が成人、ないし、自己としての知性を持つまで影を潜めています。
matures or becomes self-aware.
Okay. So if the kid's too smart, it activates early?
Excuse me. Need some water real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Something stuck in my throat there. Now, what's the terminology for it? Because I wonder, just because they're ostensibly with the Catholic Church, I wonder if they're going to reference this.
Oh.
Because there's a I forget exactly the term for it. But there's a Catholic concept as to when the idea of that
concept of self, or
yeah,
huh?
As to when that becomes a thing.
All right.
I can't remember exactly. There's some kind of special terminology for it, and I can't remember now what it was. And I'm not getting it on a quick Google search.
Okay.
But I want to say it was somewhere in later than you would think, but earlier than you would hope.
Oh.
So somewhere in the 10 to 12 range.
Okay.
Was what I'm thinking I remember.
Well, let's see if they bring it up, maybe. Okay.
そして転生体が自分を引き継ぐにふさわしい知性を持った段階で
Right.
ロアという吸血鬼になってしまうんで
The
す。
host has attained enough intelligence. So the mind needs to be developed enough to receive the data properly, I guess. So if the child gets sick and dies before then, he's just boned?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Because if Roa dies and his host doesn't reach the right age, then who would be around to select a new heir?
The Age of Reason.
Oh.
That's what it was called.
Oh, alright.
The period, the name given to the period of human life at which persons are deemed to begin to be morally responsible.
Okay. Capable of knowing right from wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they define as happening at around the age of like 7-ish.
Okay. When it makes more sense to punish a child for knowing what they shouldn't have done that.
Right.
Yeah.
ちょっと待って先輩。
Chotomate.
移植ってつまり赤ん坊が母親のお腹の
Oh,
中に
right. He doesn't know
手
anything
術みたい
about
な
magic
ことをするん
still.
ですか？
Yeah.
Nobody has explained magic to him.
Yeah, he never got
Ever.
the Shiro lectures at all.
No. Like, even Aoko is just like, here, have these fancy glasses. And he's like, oh, cool, glasses.
Yeah, he didn't even
I'm not gonna think about how they work.
Yeah, I don't think he thought about his eyes being magic at all either.
基本的にはそうです。移植は転生先の肉体が胎児の時に行われます。
Oh my god, please
それ
just
は医学
explain
的な
that
工程ではな
magic
く
exists, you know?
自然のサイクルに近い工程です。
Somebody please explain Magecraft to this boy. Like, you've mentioned Magecraft a couple of times.
Yeah.
But you've never explained it.
先ほど全情報と言いましたが、要は魂という名の電波と思ってください。
Oh, the soul's just an
電波を
electromagnetic
発信
wave.
するのも
Alright.
受信するのも人間の脳。
So, because it's an electromagnetic wave containing information that exists in human technology and is therefore not magic, it's just an extra special EM wave.
Uh-huh.
So, there
You
you
know,
go.
the soul being described as an electromagnetic wave is kind of like describing the force as a bunch of microscopic organisms.
Yeah.
Right?
A little bit.
This is the equivalent of the midichlorian
Yeah.
reveal, right? Like, oh, the force is some kind of mystical power. It's just a bunch of microscopic bugs.
Yeah.
What? Sorry?
ロアはその肉体が死滅した際、魂を拡散させて次の肉体に転移します。転生先が決まっていればその肉体に、決まっていなければ
Oh.
一定条件を
Wait,
満たした
so he
胎児
doesn't
に
have to select a host first.
Okay.
Make up your mind.
If the host has been chosen.
But you just said his restriction was he had to select somebody before he died.
Oh,
now you're saying
no,
he
no,
doesn't.
no. Hang on. So she's saying he selects a target, but the data doesn't actually leave Roa until he dies. So he just has to have a destination in mind. So if Ark kills Roa and Roa just explodes into a fountain of blood, he thinks, think about the kid in Japan, think about the kid in Japan, think about the kid in Japan, and he'll make his way there.
Right, but that's if he's already chosen it.
But-
But she's also saying if he
yes.
hasn't picked somebody,
Then he'll just pick, then it just goes random because his energy just needs to go somewhere.
but that means the one restriction she said so far doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, I know. So,
Like, oh, his drawback is he has to choose the person before he dies, but if he doesn't, he just gets somebody anyway.
it means he gets somebody suboptimal, but yeah.
No, he gets somebody that still meets his requirements.
Well,
He doesn't have to pick people at all.
no, and it'll be able to accept the data, but it won't have, like, the social status and all that other stuff.
Unless those are his requirements. She's saying right there the fetus has to meet his requirements.
Well, we'll see.
Like,
We'll see how accurate that is. I think
ロアの優れたところは
it's
魂
more
なんて
just
いう
being
計測不
capable
能
of
の形而
accepting.
上のものを定義し伝達可能なものとして加工したことでしょう。
Yes.
As unexpected and hard to believe as it is, does make sense.
I guess.
The vampire Roa is reincarnated into some baby when his current body dies, where he remains dormant until the baby reaches adulthood, or like 7 or something.
Yeah, whenever the child is aware and intelligent enough for the data to activate or whatever.
先輩の話を鵜呑みにすると、そいつは本当に死なないじゃないか。
Shiki? Why are you of all people
それ以
saying
上立ち
that?
が悪い。殺しても違う人間として生まれてくるなら、そいつは人間がいる限り永遠だ。不老不死ですらない。
Right.
Unless you kill his soul like you killed Vlov's ancestorness? Mr. I can kill anything?
Mr. I delete energy from the universe?
Yeah, I feel like the two of you aren't putting things together.
Right. Like, this is not a hard problem to solve when your eyes are the concept of entropy.
Yeah, I feel like CL could explain that to him a little more. Or, like, should...
She did. She was just too stupid to understand.
I mean, yes, he's a little dumb there. But CL should be like, holy shit, your eyes can end Roa. I need you to be involved in this case.
Your eyes can end anything. And also everything.
I feel like she should maybe be a little more excited to have him included.
ええ、その通りですね。ロアが使徒になったのは今から800年ほど前。
800 years ago.
それから現代まで転生した回数は16
God
回。
damn.
そのことごとくをアルクエイド・ブリュンスタットは殺害しています。
800 years. Ark takes her sweet ass time, doesn't she?
Or he takes his sweet ass time.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, even having to wait for your body to mature to even be detected, that's like... Yeah, we get some math on that.
50 years per each.
That's a lot.
So, like, on average, it takes 50 years for his host to become self-aware enough and intelligent enough for him to take over, and for Ark to find him,
And then for Ark to find him
and
and kill him.
delete him.
So I'd say maybe if he takes over around age 10, he gets like 40 years of vampireness before Ark ends him.
Right. Which means Shikitono did a really trash job.
Yeah, she found him
Dude
fast.
died when he was like 17 and only got taken over when he was like, what, 10?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's your worst record yet, my dude. Like, almost definitely.
アルクエイドが
Yeah, she's like 800 years old, dude.
はい。彼女にとってロアは特別な吸血鬼ですから。
I see.
Why is she
私にと
special
って
to
もロア
you?
は特別な吸血鬼なんですけど。
Oh, he ate my father. No.
That'd be a bummer.
He was my father.
Ow. Jeez.
神祖は使徒に関心を持たないものですが、アルクエイドは神祖の中で唯一吸血鬼を殺す神祖でした。彼女は今まで多くの吸血鬼を殺してきましたが、その中でも特に執心していたのがロアです。
Do you care to explain why?
Does she know?
I don't know. They seem to know basically everything about Ark, so I'd be surprised if they don't.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd get all this information from CL about Ark.
I've known that Ark is a vampire who kills other vampires. After all, she did flight. She did fight. She did flight Bob. Yeah. And she seems to be going after Roa too, though it feels like things are a little more complicated. Also, she did tell you Roa is already dead. Are you not going to share that information?
Oh, maybe she's just thinking, oh shit, he reincarnated and we gotta track him down again.
そうだ。グローブとロアは違う。
Oh, yeah.
No, Shki, they're the same person.
Yeah. Oh. Huh.
Bob was Roa. No, Shki.
ロアってやつは死んでもまた生まれてくるんですよね。
Right.
何回殺しても意味がない。あいつ それを知ってて
Well, I
今
mean,
回も追ってきたん
point
で
is
しょ
to
うか。
make sure he stops killing humans for another, like,
50-ish years.
something like that.
ええ、彼女にはそれしか手段がありませんから。
It keeps him suppressed, you know?
そ
Saves
してロアは
lives.
吸血鬼として覚醒し、行動を起こした時点で彼女に殺され、その度に転生し、また彼女に殺される。
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? Whenever Roa awakens as a vampire, she kills him as soon as he makes his move. That's like... That's almost the implication that it just takes him like 50 years on average per body to become
Well-
self-aware and smart enough for him to awaken.
Well, maybe. I mean,
But that's clearly not true because we...
I guess it's when he's...
assuming that those like flashbacks we've been seeing when
Right.
he's been reading books or whatever overnight are in fact Roa's, which I mean, who the fuck else
That
would they
seems
be?
to be an interlude
Right,
for
like-
Roa's POV, yeah.
There was clearly that one where he just like ran a criminal empire for like 20 years, like he was just gathering support and like
Yeah.
hanging out before.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like the planning phase, and then the kill this entire city and make it my fortress, and then that's around the time Ark shows up.
And then Ark's like, ah, fuck.
That's a lot of dead people. I better
That's
do
a
something.
great disturbance in the forest.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as he's
So
gathering
nobody
power, he's okay.
もうずっとしてきたんです。
Literally 800 years, you said, yes.
The L hangs her head slightly, biting her lip as if in regret. A vampire with the power of reincarnation. Lav threatened to destroy human society by pure destruction, but Roa terrorizes it using infiltration tactics.
Yeah, I guess so.
If Lav was a calamity clashing against civilization, Roa is a disease lurking in the shadows of society.
厄介ですね。先輩、そのロアって人はどんなやつだったんですか？
Which time?
I think he means Roa's personality, maybe.
Which time?
I think it's kind of the same once Roa takes over.
I don't know, because when we encountered him in the end of the last route,
Yeah.
he also seemed to be surprised by some of the stuff that he was like
Yeah, maybe. I kind of remember.
feeling and experiencing and such. So
Yeah, I guess the body does have an effect on him.
I got the impression that the personality of the person that has hosted him influences the core being while they're in that container.
Yeah, I guess so.
おや、ロアの説明はこれで終わりにするつもりでしたが、彼に興味があるんですか？
Oh, alright.
いや、なんとなく。そんな回りくどい不老不死を実現した吸血鬼はどんなや
Well,
つだ
I
ったの
mean,
か。
Well, the path to the root wasn't working, so
and the fact that he's still around causing trouble 800 years later means it's probably a more effective form of immortality than most.
and isn't some kind of like wrinkled ball sack looking old man?
Yeah, he's not like Zokin. He's not, trapped in a box underground wishing he could die.
Boy, it's Zokin is so much more tragic when you have the context of Grand Order,
Yeah, I know.
and you got the opportunity to see him as a young man,
Yeah,
and you're like, my God,
who he used to be. you
my
know?
God, this guy fell so far.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice for Nasu to get to re-examine some of these things.
そうでしたか。ではもう少しだけ。始まりのロアは男性ですが、その性別は転生先の肉体によって変化します
Yeah.
Kind of like, Demon Slayer. Ayaba? Was that his name?
Kaiba Akihiko?
Hang on, what was the... Shit, I can't remember the name of the vampire from Demon Slayer. Michael Jackson? What the fuck was his name? I literally can't remember his name right now. We never call him by his real name, so I just forgot.
we never do. Don't worry, it's Michael Jackson. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he's a child, sometimes he's a woman,
But
sometimes
the,
he's a
the
man.
thing about that though is that clearly is not him switching bodies because it was far too fast. Like those were all within the space. Like he went back and forth from the child to the woman to Michael Jackson back to the woman. Like,
Yeah, I guess that's like a
it's not a different body every time. He's just like metamorphosizing. I think.
Maybe.
I
Yeah,
get
because
that
he was
too.
hiding out in society,
Yeah.
using those identities to
Just
stay
to-
safe from the demon slayers.
Yes. Exactly. Like that's he's not switching bodies.
He's just changing his own body, I guess.
Also, Muzan.
Muzan, that was it. Couldn't remember.
You know, Kayaba.
I don't know. I was
こ
trying
の
to think
人
of
の厄介なとこ
something.
ろはその発見が極めて困難という点
Heathcliff. Yeah,
I'm gonna
there
call
you
him
go.
Heathcliff now.
何しろ人の子とし
He
て
was
生まれて
also a
きて
villain that lurked within the society he was terrorizing.
He wasn't even a villain.
Well, I mean, a lot of people got killed because of him.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have given him such shitty review scores then, you know? Like, frankly, it's their own fault. He was overworked and tired, and then one guy had to be a fucking critic.
It's fine.
ロアが吸血鬼として肉体と意識を変貌させるのは肉体が満足に活動できる
Yeah,
年
so
から
he
にな
kind
り
of
ます
just waits. He doesn't want to actually experience being a child again, so he just, hangs out until the child is, fit enough to be a member of
ですの
society.
でロアの転生体は成長するまで吸血鬼としての片鱗を全く見せません
Yeah.
そのくせ一度ロアとして目覚めたら今まで培った人間関係を利用して完全に社会に溶け込むん
It's
です
gonna really suck the one time that his host just has like a mental break as a child, starts being a chuny, and then becomes a fucking hiki.
Yeah.
And he finally takes over and he's like, time to abuse the social connections that...
Why am I a Reddit mod?
God damn it.
Fuck. Yeah.
God damn it.
That has to have happened at least once in 800 years.
I know, right? He just wakes up and realizes that he's...
Just go on a murder spree until Ark shows up, get a mulligan.
Suddenly he's one of the administrators of 2chan.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't be an admin of 4chan anymore.
No, yeah.
Rest in peace, 4chan. Dead. Dead and gone.
Mm.
Although, one of the chief mods said it was going to come back at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, yeah.
It's not going to be the same, though.
No.
End of an era.
4chan actually died. Holy shit. I saw that the other day, and I was like, that's not a joke. Holy shit, 4chan's gone.
Man.
教会がロアに気づいた時にはもう手遅れのケースがほとんどでしたロアが育った町は死の都と化しその絶
Right.
頂期にアルクエイドによって終わらされています
Isn't that kind of the case with all vampires? You don't find out about them until a bunch of people die?
So how are you all here now? Is the question. Because this city doesn't appear to be a necropolis.
It's not.
Right. So why are you all here? You're saying the church never knows about Roa until the city's already fucked.
Yeah.
And yet you're here, looking for him.
Yeah, somehow they knew
Same
about...
thing with Ark.
Yeah, they somehow knew about Shiki's family and that he was a likely target or something. That's a bit odd.
That bit doesn't line up.
Yeah.
Now, Roa's roundabout method makes sense. Being raised as a human allows him to freely amass power and partake of blood while remaining virtually undetected.